Today's video is for homeowners, especially for those homeowners that plan to sell their home anytime in the near future. We are going to be talking about deferred maintenance items. What are deferred maintenance items? Basically those things that you know need to be taken care of in your home, and they've just been sitting on a honey-do list and nothing has been done about them. Also, if you do not have an annual maintenance checklist, like a spring checklist of things that you do around the house, or even 2 times a year, you have deferred maintenance items and you want to take care of them ASAP because they're going to cost you in the long run. So stay tuned. That's what we're going to be talking about next. As I mentioned, this video is for homeowners, especially for sellers. These items I see all the time on home inspection reports. These items come up. Address them before you even list your house, because what's going to happen is you don't feel like doing it, or you think you don't have the money to do it. What happens is it's going to cost you. Buyers come in and they see your home as not being well maintained and cared for. That could be a turnoff, and then they're going to go on to the next home, or they're going to overestimate how much it really costs to take care of the items, and they're going to either try to renegotiate the terms or ask you for more money towards closing costs, or ask you for this big lump sum to take care of the items if you're not going to address it. So that's why it's important to you. If you get nothing else from this video today, I want you to take away this nugget. Water and moisture are the enemies to a house. Yes, they will come in and jack some stuff up, and it will cost you big time. Those are 2 things that you do not want to play with when it comes to your home. Do not put that on a honey-do list. Like, you need to get somebody out there to fix whatever the issue is ASAP. Wood rot, you'll see it around doors, windows, thresholds. Like, those are the places that water hits, and basically the wood gets eaten up and damaged and deteriorated. And at first, if you don't know any better, you might think, okay, they have termites. Not necessarily. You have your termite check, of course, when you have your home inspection, but most likely it's wood rot. And you get a handyman out there, he can cut out the piece of wood and replace it, or he can replace the whole piece. But that is one thing that you want to get taken care of, because the more water keeps penetrating, the worse the wood rot gets, and then water gets behind whatever, that piece of wood is protecting. So address that wood rot, and it should not, cost tons of money to do it. The next item on the list, which is not necessarily a problem, it's more of a solution to prevent problems, but when this solution is deteriorated and nothing is done about it, then that's where the issues come in, and that is caulk. Caulk is your friend as a homeowner. Like, you should have caulk just in your garage, just on hand at any time, like caulk guns, like walking around the house, because you can just caulk up windows, doors, sinks, bathtubs, showers, exterior fixtures, like just say your light fixtures and there's like a gap behind the light fixture on the outside of the home and water can get in there. Anywhere that water can seep in, caulk it. Just make sure you buy the right type of caulk. Go to your neighborhood home store and just tell them where you want to caulk, and they'll tell you what kind of caulk to get. So that is something very low cost. You can do it. Even if you say, I'm not the handiest person, I need to call somebody. Like, listen, if you own a home, you should at least know how to caulk some stuff, okay? Next up is gutters. Man, I have shown some homes, and the gutters are so full of leaves and debris. I'm assuming people just don't want to get up there and deal with it, don't want to get on a ladder, and yes, you can have accidents and things like that. So of course you want to do your research, make sure you're going about it safely. Call a company if you don't want to go up there and do it, but you have to address those gutters. And you might be saying, well, why? It's just gutters. the wind will blow it out. No, it doesn't happen that way. And what happens is those gutters are there for a reason. The water that hits your home, it drains off of your home into the gutters, and the gutters deflect the water from your home. And if the gutters are clogged with leaves and stuff, the water is not deflecting away from your home, and now it is going to cause damage. Like I talked about before, wood rot. That's a common item because water is now hitting places where it should not be hitting or isn't meant to hit. That's a common item. It could damage your roof. So gutters is something that you definitely want to address periodically. So make sure you are cleaning out those gutters. Also, the gutters will then lead down to a downspout. And then they have these, oh my gosh, the name is totally slipping me, but I'm going to include a picture. These should be at the bottom of the downspout to make sure the water is being carried away from the home and not sitting out at the foundation. And that is a big cause of problems too, water just sitting in puddles around your house. If water is sitting in puddles around your house or in certain areas for an extended period of time, that is definitely something that you want to get addressed. Your land may need to be regraded, or you just need to have someone come in and do some grading work to make sure the water is being carried away. Missing shingles. Get a roofer out there, let them go ahead and, do an inspection of your roof, see if, just shingles need to be replaced, or maybe it might be time for a whole new roof. But you definitely want to address that because that is like your number one protection from water not getting inside your house. And like I said before, once water gets in, it's going to jack some stuff up, and you don't want that. Another item that is common on home inspection reports is deck and stairs that are loose. So you need to go ahead and reinforce them for your own safety, whether you're selling or not. You just want to make sure they are fastened, and they might have a little bit of wiggle, but you definitely want to make sure maybe I need to go ahead and put some more nails in, or maybe a nail is loose, or maybe nails are poking out, and that could be a safety hazard. So go ahead and check your deck and your stairs, the exterior, of course, but also the inside. So, check the stair rails inside the house to make sure they are safe as well, and the spindles are tight and fastened. Damaged siding. So once the siding is damaged, again, I'm going to say this is the second layer of protection. So the first is your roof, then I'm going to say the siding is your next protection. So if the siding is damaged, whether it's buckling or there are gaps in it or there are holes, like a common thing that happens is when people are weeding the lawn, the weeder hits the siding. And of course, it depends on what siding you have, but there'll be holes in the siding, and then key, water can get in there. If you see anywhere, any spot that water can get in, you need to address that. We do not want water inside our home. Humidity. Like I said in the beginning, water and humidity are enemies to the home. So if you have a basement that is, whether it's finished or unfinished, you just have to check kind of like the airflow in the basement. And if things are not, being used normally, or if definitely the home is vacant and it's pretty much storing items, you need to put some humidifiers down there. Recent example, I have this buyer that bought a home as an investment property, had it rented out, then it wasn't. The home sat for 2 months. I want to say July, it might have been 3, June, July, and August, and then into September. So a little bit longer than 2 months, but at this point, there is about $6,000 and plus in damage because of mold. The house had just been sitting, it was humid, and mold got in there, and it's a mess. So definitely don't play with that. Buy a humidifier. Just price it out online. It's not that expensive, and it's definitely way less than paying to remediate a house for mold. This one is huge. Maybe if you're up north, this isn't such a big deal to you, but if you're in Georgia, especially my friends in Florida, the HVAC, like we run our HVACs often because it's hot here most of the time. And you want to make sure that you are getting your HVAC service. I spoke to an HVAC professional and he recommends 2 times a year. He said spring and I want to say winter, or maybe a spring and fall, but just check that. You definitely want to have your HVAC service because they're running so much and so often. You want to make sure their service, it's going to extend the life of the unit. Now, the next one, I have not tried it personally or know of anyone that's done it, but I have heard an inspector say that you should drain your water tank. It will prolong the life of your water tank. I won't speak too much on that because, I just don't have that much experience with it, but definitely research, Google, YouTube it, and see what they recommend to extend the life of your water tank. Weep holes. And you're probably like, weep, what? What is she talking about? Weep holes. Depending on the age of the home, they are basically gaps, or it could be like a piece of tubing. In newer homes, they may be that little circle structure that's plastic, and it's like extruding from the house. And on older homes, it's like a gap in the brick, but that gap is there to let air and water get out from behind the brick. So you want that those holes need to stay free and clear. I'm seeing in older homes where people have, covered it up or caulked it up. Maybe they thought that it was an accident, but no, they actually need to stay clear. And then in the newer homes, the weep holes, there is a type of bug, and I forgot the name of it, but they get in that little hole and they fill it up. So when you look at it, you'll see maybe it's like clay or it looks like dirt is in these holes. That needs to be cleared out. I was thinking to take a tweezer and pull it out, but an inspector told me that you could just take something and poke it through and make it, apparently there's a gap between the brick and then the actual house, and then you could just drop it, make sure it's clear and drop it. So research that one, check on that one as well. You definitely want to have those cleared. Last but not least are windows. Windows, aside from cleaning and keeping them up, what I've seen in homes is where people paint over the windows and some of them get stuck, like they can't open, and that ends up being an issue on home inspection reports because windows need to be accessible. God forbid something happens and you need to get out of them and now they're painted shut. That's going to be a problem and you will have to address that. The other thing I see on home inspection report is there's a glazing or a fogginess in a part of the window. Sometimes it could be in several of the windows. Basically what happened is the seal in the window broke and air and possibly water are now getting in, and that causes that glaze. A lot of people just live with it. It's really not a big deal to them, but other people, they want to go ahead and get it fixed. Those are things that you can do to better your home, to make sure that your home is going to be in great shape for a longer period of time. And you definitely want to take care of them if you are planning to sell your home, because they are going to come up on the home inspection report and you're going to have to address them anyway. You're going to either have to address them by taking care of it yourself, or the buyer is going to ask for money. They're going to ask for money to take care of those items. So I hope this information was helpful to you. If there are items that you do regularly or periodically that I did not mention, please go ahead and share those with others. Understand that home ownership, it's a beautiful thing, but it does come with responsibility, and you need to keep up your investment. This is your investment. You got to keep it up. If you have any questions about anything, please leave them in the comment box. You can always reach me. My contact information will be in the description box and at the end of this video. And as always, please rate, comment, and subscribe. My goal by the end of the year is to have 100 YouTube subscribers. So I'm almost there. I need a few more. Well, I can't wait until the day where I look back at this video and then it's like, yeah, Tasha, you were asking for 100 YouTube subscribers and now you're at 1,000. So listen, you start where you're at. So I appreciate you for subscribing. I appreciate those that have already subscribed. Please go ahead. If you know somebody that can use this information, please share it with them. Again, comment, like, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a blessed day. I didn't even plan on shooting a video today, but I have been wanting to shoot a video in my husband's office for a while now because I just love this picture in the background. He has like the best pictures in his office, but he's always in his office, which is a great thing because he works, but I never get to use it until today. He took my daughter, he's chaperoning a trip with her, and I saw an opportunity. So that's why you're getting this video today. I'm not even gonna tell him. He might just see it on YouTube and be like, that looks kind of familiar.